Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Julian Morse. I'm the MLA for Frame Lake, chair of this committee. Today, the Standing Committee on Government Operations will conduct a clause-by-clause review of Bill 22, the Legislation Act. The bill is available on the Legislative Assembly's website. This meeting is being live-streamed on the Assembly's social media channels, as always, and as a reminder, please direct all comments and questions through the chair, and please wait to be recognized before speaking. This helps us keep the things running smoothly and our audio-visual folks in the booth able to manage things. I'll now ask members to introduce themselves. I'll start with Mr. Hawkins on my left.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Robert Hawkins. I'm the MLA for Yellowknife Centre, and as always, I'm happy to be here, along with our millions of subscribers on our social media. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Kate Reed. I'm the MLA for Great Slave here in Yellowknife.
Excellent. And we have Mr. Rogers online as well.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Denny Rogers. I'm the MLA for Inuvik Boot Lake. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So committee is joined this afternoon by Honourable Jay Macdonald, Minister of Justice, and supporting staff. So beginning, I would like to invite the Minister to introduce his staff and provide opening remarks. And as always, after that, we will open the floor to comments from the public on the bill and then proceed to the clause-by-clause review. So Minister Macdonald, I'll turn the floor over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and once again, my apologies for not arriving on time. I'm here today to present Bill 22, a Legislation Act for a clause-by-clause consideration. The purpose of Bill 22 is to replace the Statutory Instruments Act with a more modernized Legislation Act that clearly sets out the territorial regulation making process, as well as provisions related to the making of statutes. This is in line with the trends across the country to replace this type of legislation with more modernized acts. The territorial approach to oversight of the regulation making process dates back to 1971, as has remained largely unchanged. The definition of statutory instrument used in the current Statutory Instruments Act is considered one of the most complex definitions in statute law and is difficult to apply. The definition of regulation in the Act also created confusion. In addition to replacing the Statutory Instrument Act, the bill will replace the Public Printing Act and the Territorial Printers Act that aligns with current practices, repeal the Statute Revision Act and set out rules regarding the revision of enactments, and make related amendments to the Interpretation Act and Legislative Assembly and Executive Council Act. The Department of Justice engaged with other departments, the leaders of the Intergovernmental Council of the Northwest Territories, the Clerk of the Legislative Assembly, the Judiciary, and members of the Law Society. The department also consulted with 2 Indigenous governments as required under their self-government statutes. Comments were broadly supportive, and some revisions were made regarding references to the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples and the publication of notices with editorial changes or corrections are made to legislation. I would like to thank Standing Committee for its study of the bill. I have received approval from Cabinet to concur with 2 motions proposed by Standing Committee. The first motion amends subclause 17, bracket 1, bracket of the bill to require the approval of the Clerk of the Legislative Assembly for pre-publication corrections to an act. The second motion replaces paragraph 18, bracket 2, bracket A of the bill to require that the Clerk of the Legislative Assembly satisfy themselves that any copy of an act to be certified accurately reflects the act as enacted by the Legislative Assembly. Mr. Chair, this concludes my opening remarks, and I unfortunately do not have reference to see which staff are with me today. If I could indulge the chair to allow the staff to introduce themselves, please. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Minister, and I'll turn it over to the staff that are present.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Brad Patzer, Assistant Deputy Minister, Attorney General.
Laura Jeffrey, Legislative Counsel with the Department of Justice.
Excellent. Thank you very much, and we're pleased to welcome you both here. So I'll turn it over to the committee. Do committee members have any questions for the Minister? Okay, Mr. Hawkins?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think just a brief comment, which is this is an interesting process because the Legislation Act is about how the proverbial sausage is made in the sausage factory. Most people won't even notice a difference. I don't think MLAs will notice a difference as to this process, and it's one of these interesting bills that is really for the good government of governments as opposed to, say, a typical government bill designed to change things for the public. So it's one of these interesting bills that no matter how many changes you make in this thing, you just, the everyday person wouldn't see. So, but that said, it also comes with the ambition of making things more seamless, which is probably very important for the efficiency of government. So just an observation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Just a comment on that one. Okay. And just to go through procedure, we are opening the floor up to comments from the public. I don't see anyone from the public in the gallery today, so it looks like we don't have any. Just going to check with the clerk that there's none online, and seeing none, we can proceed to the clause-by-clause review. So does committee agree to proceed to a clause-by-clause review of Bill 22, the Legislation Act? Agreed. Okay, thank you.
Agreed.
There are 152 clauses in the bill. Well, possible, I will call clauses in groups of 10. Does committee agree with that? Agreed. Okay, thank
Agreed.
you. We will defer the number and title of the bill until the end and begin with consideration of the clauses. Committee, please turn to page 11 of the bill before you. And clauses 1 to 10, does committee agree? Thank you. Committee, please turn to page 18 of the bill. Clauses 11 to 16, does committee agree? Agree. Okay, thank you. Please turn to page 21 of the bill. Clause 17, Ms. Reed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move that Bill 22 be amended by deleting that portion of subclause 17 brackets 1, preceding paragraph brackets A, and substituting the following. As soon as practicable, after an act receives assent, and when preparing the act for publication, the Chief Legislative Council may, with the approval of the Clerk of the Legislative Assembly. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. The motion is in order. To the motion. Question has been called. All those in favor? Okay, all those opposed? Hearing none, the motion is carried. Does the minister concur with this amendment?
I concur, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. The minister concurs. Clause 17 is amended. To the clause 17 as amended, does committee agree? Agreed. Thank you. Committee, please turn to page 22 of the bill. Clause 18, Ms. Reed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move that Bill 22 be amended by deleting paragraph 18 brackets 2 brackets A and substituting the following. Brackets A, certify in accordance with subsection brackets 3, a copy of each act enacted by the legislature, including any revised act that receives assent under subsection 41 brackets 3, as soon as practicable after receiving a copy of the act under subsection 1, and on satisfying themselves that the copy accurately reflects the act as enacted by the legislature. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, member. The motion is in order. To the motion. Question has been called. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. Does the minister concur with this amendment?
I concur with the amendment.
Thank you, Minister. The minister concurs. Clause 18 is amended. To Clause 18 as amended, does committee agree? Excellent, thank you. Please turn to page 23 of the bill. Clauses 19 to 20, does committee agree? Please turn to page 24 of the bill. Clauses 21 to 30, does committee agree? Please turn to page 30 of the bill. Clauses 31 to 40, does committee agree? Please turn to page 37 of the bill. Clauses 41 to 50, does committee agree? Please turn to page 42 of the bill. Clauses 51 to 60, does committee agree? Please turn to page 51 of the bill. Clauses 61 to 70, does committee agree? Thank you. Please turn to page 57 of the bill. Clauses 71 to 80. Does committee agree? Please turn to page 58 of the bill. Clauses 81 to 90. Does committee agree? Please turn to page 60 of the bill. Clauses 91 to 100. Does committee agree? Thank you. Please turn to page 61 of the bill. Clauses 101 to 110. Does committee agree? Please turn to page 67 of the bill. Clauses 111 to 120. Does committee agree? Thank you. Please turn to page 72 of the bill. Clauses 121 to 130. Does committee agree? Please turn to page 78 of the bill. Clauses 131 to 140. Does committee agree? Please turn to page 82 of the bill. Clauses 141 to 150. Does committee agree? Please turn to page 86 of the bill. Clauses 151 to 152. Does committee agree? Agreed. Thank you. Please turn to page 86 of the bill. Clauses 151 to 152. Oh, we got an error in there. Okay, please turn to page 87 of the bill. Schedule A. Does committee agree? Thank you. Please turn to page 91 of the bill. Schedule B. Does committee agree? We will now return to the bill number and title. Bill 22, the Legislation Act. Shall the bill's title and number carry?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Thank you. Does committee agree that Bill 22, the Legislation Act, as amended, is now ready for consideration in Committee of the Whole? Ms. Reed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move that Bill 22 Legislation Act is amended to be reported to the Assembly as ready for consideration in Committee of the Whole. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
The motion is in order. To the motion committee. Question has been called. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All those opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. Bill 22, Legislation Act, as amended, will be reported to the Assembly as ready for consideration in Committee of the Whole. So, thank you to Minister Macdonald, and thank you to Mr. Patzer and Ms. Jeffrey for joining us today. That concludes the public portion of this afternoon's meeting. Committee, as always, I would ask that you stay in camera later to discuss some of the items of committee business. So, thank you very much, and thank you to everyone who tuned in.